Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Extreme Let's Plays, where this time I'm going to be playing, actually, Mario 2 now. No, not the Lost Levels. I mean the Mario 2 that used to be Doki Doki Panic. Now, if you're wondering why I'm on this screen, it's because, truth be told, I actually started recording this, but unfortunately I had to cut the recording short because a delivery driver not only delivered the wrong stuff to our address, but he made the mistake twice in a row. So here I am putting stuff away in what I thought was our order, and apparently he made another mistake. So hopefully it's all squared away this time around. You know, technically he works for the same company I do. I don't know. I mean, I know we all have our off days, and I just hope that, at the end of everything, I don't end up getting fired for my job. And, a guy like him, I mean, he seems like a nice guy. I mean, I know he probably didn't do this with malicious intent, but still, what kind of a world would we live in otherwise if, other people can make mistakes and it's, no big deal, yet I make a mistake and I get lambasted. I mean, I don't know. Look, I'm sorry, I'm venting, but let's just focus on the game, huh? Look, alright, so here's the deal. Mario 2. This game plays obviously different than a regular Mario Brothers title. So, here's the rules of this run. For one thing, as always, if it's game over if it's game over. But I have to also beat the game with at least 15 lives under my belt, and I have to try to do this before the 35-minute mark in this recording. So yes, I'm already burning some time here. So the time I'm taking to explain this hopefully will not be longer than 5 minutes. So really I only have 30 minutes to complete this. So let's go ahead and hit reset game and start again, shall we? Okay, well, first things first, I'm going to pick Toad because he's the fastest at picking things up. You ever, buy a game and keep the instruction manuals? I always enjoyed... I don't know what it was about me when I was a kid, but I always enjoyed looking at the instruction manuals. I don't know. Maybe it was the pictures, maybe it was the informative nature of the book. I mean, it was a game. It was if you think about it, it was a book about a video game you liked playing, and to have an instruction book that explains that game, I don't know. I was weird, nothing tops an instruction manual from a video game. I think the last video game instruction manual I've ever had was actually a 2006 World Champion Yu-Gi-Oh! Game for the Game Boy Advance. Now, that book was thick, but it was only thick because it was also trying to explain basically the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! Too, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. In addition to how to operate the game itself. So it was basically like 2 instruction manuals in one. Now, ever since that day, I've never really seen hide nor hair of any instruction manual. In fact, the closest thing that you get to instruction manuals these days is being given a QR code within a game's menu. And, I guess you're supposed to scan the QR code to get a PDF file of of what they consider the instructions, quote, end quote. But the thing is, I don't know, they must think that everybody and their grandmother must have a cell phone these days. Maybe they're right, but I don't know. I personally wasn't born with a cell phone in my hand, so I wouldn't know what that's like. Okay, now I know there's a shortcut through that cave, but I'm going to the road less traveled here. actually. Maybe the cave would have been faster after all. I mean, I have to do this before the 35-minute mark, or it's game over. So can't really spend too much time. See, in the original Mario Brothers, you can actually hold A and press start, and you'll continue from the world that you died in. Here in this game, on the other hand, you only have 2 continues. Yes, there's actually continues in this game, believe it or not. I don't know what it is about these older games, like this one, for example, that, like, always kicked my butt when I was a kid, you know? Darn. Also, the denominations you get here are different than that of the SNES version. See, what you really want to try to do is get a cherry in the first box. Doing that will always grant you at least 1 extra life. There we go. I mean, I'm fairly confident I can get 15 lives. It's just a matter of getting lucky, you know? And like I said... Or no, actually, that was in my... As I tried to explain in the first attempt at recording this, I basically had to explain that actual 1-ups off the ground are harder to come by. Okay, I'm going to pick Toad again. Now, you can beat video games. Another video game channel I've started watching recently tipped me off to the... Oh, it's not here? Oh, so long. But yeah, you can beat video games tipped me off to a little trick that we can do here. Okay, don't go too far. Come all the way back here. Oh, did they patch this? Well, I made it. Actually, if I go down here... Yeah, I get a 1-up. Huh. Well, wouldn't you know? I guess they patched it. Either that or I didn't do a good job of triggering it. What a shame. Alright. Well, no big deal. I can just... Yeah, you gotta be careful of the sniffets here. I like how the explosions say bomb instead of boom. You ever notice that? Wait for that to blow up. Come down here. Grab this. Grab this even though it don't matter. Grab this even though it doesn't matter. Jump. Okay. Yeah, you can only pick up coins, or a set of coins, twice in any given area, so it's really in your best interest to try to pick a spot that has the most tufts of grass. I mean, apart from that, I mean, there's really no... Okay, there's that... I know there's a trick you can do to get multiple cherries and just take this guy out in one hit. I believe the instruction manual called this enemy Ostro, and they called the ostrich-looking enemy Birdo, but I don't know. I guess somewhere along the line the translation made a mistake, and they basically, made it so that, this is Birdo now, because, I don't know, it just kind of stuck, Now, I would go into the whole thing about, Birdo thinks, you know, it's a guy or what have you, but or a girl, but you know, the way I've chosen to look at this, and you know, don't at me here, but you know, I like to think that the Birdo is like a race of dinosaur now, much like how Yoshi is not the only, well, Yoshi, right? I mean, it's actually a breed of dinosaur in the Mushroom Lands, I guess. I mean, you know, when you think about the expanded Mario lore, it kind of gets a little confusing. Wow, I am not doing too good, am I? Speaking of Birdo, anyone play the game Super Mario Party? You see the size of the ring on Birdo's finger? I mean, who has the money to splash on a ring that size? I mean, really? I mean, the ring is huge, if you ever take a good look at it. I mean, I'm not jealous, I'm just saying, you know, someone's splashing a lot of cash, you know? Toad. Yeah, I should probably go with Luigi being a higher jump, but... meh. 4... Take you out. Take you out. Take you out at the ball game. Take you out in the crowd. Sorry, I didn't want to grab the cherries. You know, there is a trick you can do that if you grab the cherries just right, you know, get an invincibility and exit subspace at just the right moment, you can actually come back to the overworld, and instead of the regular music, you'll be hearing the Mario Brothers theme. I mean, I've only managed to do it once myself, but only because, you know, I got lucky, but... it's kind of a waste of a star, but... I don't know, maybe I can do that trick I was telling you about? Nope. Wasn't lucky enough. Ow. Oh, that was luck. Now that was lucky. I would have died right there and wasted so much time. Speaking of time, I'm not doing so good, am I? Really ought to play more efficiently. Like I said, otherwise it's game over. I mean, I'm not doing the extreme Let's Plays because I don't really want to play a video game. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, for a guy my age, you know, failure is not something I really enjoy, you know. I mean, I'm not a child anymore, you know. If you fail as an adult, it should feel bad. I mean, that's just my philosophy. Because, you know, when you're a kid, you know, you got all the time in the world, and, you know, because really, at the end of the day, no one really expects you to be the hero, you know. Yeah, I mean, they expect yeah, adults can expect great things from you, but at the end of the day, you're not going to be called upon to save the world. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't care how good you think you are as a child, you know. You're not the one. Or at least they hope you're not going to be the one. I mean, I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad here. I'm just saying, you know. I mean, when you're a kid, you know, you should be having more fun out there, that's all. Speaking of expectations, you know, I don't mean to vent here, but, you know, when I was growing up, I mean, they did teach me handwriting since 3rd grade, but the thing is, I feel like there should have been a difference between handwriting and penmanship, because, you know, ever since 3rd grade, I've always had teachers that, for whatever, that presumably could read my handwriting. Yet my father, you know, who I would say is less than supportive of me, kind of thinks my handwriting is, well, crap, Now, I would make the argument that, this is the future now, and, we've all kind of gotten away from having to actually physically write something because, like I said, I think our society is kind of just heading towards, like a definitive or an omega version of itself, like the end-all be-all. So, why even learn handwriting when you can just print something off the computer, everybody can read that. It's like we've gotten away from handwriting altogether. Yet, ironically enough, when I was in school, they didn't make... See, there was a rule that we couldn't use pens in... we couldn't use a pen until we were, like, in junior high, right? Grades 7 and 8. Yeah, for whatever reason, that's just the way it was. And, for grades 1 through 6, when it came to writing essays and the like, they made us write a rough draft, a first draft, a second draft, and then a final draft, and to be fair, I think that was more busy work than anything, granted, yes, I get the idea, I get the gist as to why they did it, they wanted students to have a grasp or practice handwriting, but like I said, see, they teach you handwriting in school, but they don't teach you penmanship. What I mean is, like, yes, you're right, your handwriting may be legible, but crap still looks like crap, Now, I'm not saying that your handwriting is any better or worse than mine, and I apologize if you think I'm trying to attack you here, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm just saying, you gotta really take into consideration, what your own abilities, Now, me... Oh, come on. No, I'll take that. I'll take a death on. I'll take the L on that one. I should have known that Toad's head was a little bit too big for the gap. I would argue not, but what do I know? Oh man. Ever since the new Mario movie, I think we're a far cry from, that one Toad, that in the animated show. The one. I always thought it was kind of weird that Toad never made at least one appearance in the Super Mario World series. Isn't that kind of weird? He got replaced with Yoshi, which, I don't know. Might have been a good thing, I don't know. Also, speaking of the Mario Brothers cartoon, anyone see that episode of Mario 3 where Cutie Pie and Morton Cutie Pie kind of suspected that Bowser might not have been her father or something, and she and Big Mouth or Morton basically went on a quest to find their quote-unquote real father. Spoiler alert, they didn't... Spoiler alert, there was no real father, but then again, years later, they would retcon the Koopalings as not Bowser's biological children, so, I don't know. I guess they retroactively made that part factual lore, I guess? I don't know. That's the ultimate power, right? It's one thing to tell truths, right? And it's another to lie about things. But when you can lie about something and then make it the truth, well, it's like, okay, it's like if you're playing a fighting game and I don't know, let's say you're proclaiming that you're capable of, I don't know, a 500 hit combo, I don't know what video game lets you do that, but let's just say there's a game where you can obtain a 500 hit combo. And so, for the longest time, you've always said that you could do it, or what have you. But then wouldn't you know it, while you're sitting there talking up a big game, you run into that one person that's actually capable of that, and he's like, no, you are not capable of this. And then he proves you wrong, and, he makes you look like a fool. Now, that's never happened to me, ladies and gentlemen, because, I don't talk smack, but, I'm just saying, it's certainly possible. Oh, I should have hit him. Wow, I am not doing good on time. I mean... Oh, I have 12 lives. I might actually do it for lives. Of course, the fact that I could always lose a life at any point. Darn it. Alright, give me Mario. I might need a well-rounder for this one. Oh, wait, no. Oh, what have I done? Wait, is it this one, or... No, I think it's this one, isn't it? Oh, shoot. Well, I mean, he's got the second highest. He's actually better at jumping anyway, so maybe I didn't make a mistake after all? Got it. It's actually a lot easier with Luigi, but... Yeah, you want to position this in a manner in which you can actually get them all. Or most of them, anyway. That's about the best I can do. I can't take it with me. I thought that counted as multiple enemies. I'll be getting the invincibility star. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say never, but it's better to have than not, I guess, in this situation. But they won't. Okay, so now I'm going to pick Toad. Now, there's a very good reason why I'm picking Toad here. Okay. Down, down, down the waterfall. A third time, but instead of actually picking these up, we'll take the warp. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and pick the princess here, because believe it or not, her hovering ability is going to actually come in handy for this particular world, or this level. I know this is slow, but I don't think that one registered. Usually if you don't hear the coin noise, it doesn't register. Alright. Oh, that... I think that one was shenanigans. Sorry, I don't mean to be cheap about this, but I did... If it looks like it... technically that's shenanigans, but... I don't know. It's kind of the thing with the game, I guess. Okay. Yeah, we actually have so many coins now, we got several attempts at this. Feel free to fast forward, if you're watching this, to the part where I finish playing these games here. I mean, the bonus chance game. I'm not doing good on time. take the L on that. Well, no pun intended. I'll take the L on that one. I don't think I'll make it through the 35-minute mark. Crap. Maybe next time I should just write the rules of the LP. Maybe I should just try to do the LP and then write the rules of it in the description. Crap. Well, another failure. Well, we've reached the 35-minute mark in the recording. It's pretty clear that I failed this one. But I'll tell you what, since we're so far along anyway, why don't I just go ahead and try beating this, and we'll just, we'll still count this as an L, but actually, there's a way I can jump up and like this. Yes! Alright, got it. It's just a shame I wasted too much time. Nope, I'll take the L on that one. think it was this one. Yeah, I believe it was you. Maybe it was You Can Beat Video Games. Had this trick, right, where basically, well, you know how in like World 5-1, how I did that thing where I caught my foot on a ledge? You can effectively do the same thing here and actually jump over things. Let's see. It takes a little bit of practice, but there we go, got it. Just mind the gap. Jump. And presto. Grab this key. Toss key. And there we go. See, that's what I wanted to do before the 35-minute mark, but, well, guess we can't all get what we want. I'm basically just doing this because, you know, you probably want to see a victory screen than one that than an LP that ends abruptly. Still, what kind of a villain you beat by force feeding it vegetables? I mean, come on. You know, speaking of Land of Dreams, do you think the windfish and that fish creature from the Dragon Quest series are related? I don't know. I was playing Smash Ultimate and I was looking through my the spirits that I've gathered, and I just kind of noticed some similarities. I don't know. Kind of strange. Nope. I'll take the L on that one. 15. I mean, I already failed the time challenge, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I can silver medal this thing, so maybe it won't be a total loss, I guess. Alright. So, I didn't beat this in 35 minutes in the recording, but I did beat it within 15 lives, so barely, but I did it. So yeah, you know, you want to ace the game and get most coins out of it. Toad's probably your best bet. I mean, it's incredibly hard to get on top of that one area in the second world, but, you know, where you have to jump on the Bezos, but... The greatest adventure that never was. You know, not for nothing, but this animation's pretty good for its time. You know, I mean, you'd have to... I mean, it's... I don't want to say it's easy to do these days, but... I mean... Well, I mean, look how good this looks. This game could have been an adaptation of, you know, the Mario Brothers cartoon. Oh, wait, yes it was. You know, it's kind of weird that, you know, in the Mario Brothers Super Show, they basically had, you know, they had King Koopa, or Bowser, as the main villain, but they had the sub-villains from Mario 2, and some of the enemies from there. And then they gave Mauser that thick German accent. You know, if we can't get Wart to appear in a game, I mean, Mauser, Triclide, I mean, I don't know. They ought to be put into some game or something, I don't know. Just saying. Pokies have always been a thing since then. Ah, see, right here. Birdo's the ostrich enemy, and Ostro was supposed to be the... Well, no, because the ostrich should be Ostro, and... You see, that's the confusion part, you know? I mean, the instruction manual incorrectly said that the other person was Birdo and the other one was Ostro. So, I mean, I don't know, it's just kind of weird that way, you know? I mean, I don't have to get into the explanation as to why things are the way they are, but... Oh, speaking of animated endings like this, I just recently heard that, like, pixel remasters of, like, the first, what was it, 6 Final Fantasy games are coming out on a collection for the Switch. Now, I had actually thought about it, and I realized that this would mean that all 10 of the original Final Fantasy games are going to be available on the Switch. Yeah, you can play 1 all the way up to 10. I don't know if I'd really do one for a Let's Play, but I don't know. Might make for some interesting content, I guess, down the road. But I don't know. We're still up in the air about on the direction I want this channel to go. But anyway, so I silver medaled this game. So anyway, thanks for watching, and see you in the next LP.